So Krishna says, Parastasmatu bhavonyo vyakto vyaktat sanatanaha yasa sarveshu bhuteshu nashyatsu na vinashyati. Yet there is another nature which is eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. So here Krishna is giving the speciality, the difference between material world and the spiritual world. So Krishna is clearly telling, Parastasmatu bhava anyaha. There is one more world whose nature is completely different from this material world. What is the difference? Yaha sarveshu bhuteshu nashyatsu. Here everything is annihilated. That spiritual world is na vinashyati, it never gets annihilated. So spiritual world is eternal, material world is temporarily manifest and it gets dissolved. So this is the difference between material world and spiritual world. Further Krishna says, Avyaktakshara ityuktas tamahuh paramam gatim yam prapyana nivartante tadhama paramam mama. That supreme abode is called unmanifested and infallible, and it is the supreme destination. When one goes there, he never comes back. That is my supreme abode. So here Krishna is giving hint about how the spiritual abode of Krishna is. It is avyakta, unmanifest. We cannot see spiritual things, even though the Lord is there in the heart. He is completely spiritual. We are also part of Krishna, we are also spiritual, but with this material eyes we cannot see. We cannot see ourselves, we cannot see other spirit souls around us. We cannot see the Supreme Lord who is completely spiritual, who is seated in the heart of every living being. We are unable to see. So, we cannot see spirit with material eyes. We can see spirit with spiritual eyes. By practicing bhakti, by practicing spiritual activities, when our spiritual senses awaken, then we will be able to see myself, we will be able to see others, we will be able to see the Supreme Lord. That is the only way of seeing spirit, by our own spiritual eyes. Unless we open our spiritual eyes, we cannot see spirit. So therefore it is unmanifested. Avyaktaha and aksharaha, it is indestructible. Spiritual world is eternal. No one can destroy the spiritual world. We are also spirit soul. We are also indestructible. The Supreme Lord is eternal. So we are all one in quality. So the detailed description of spiritual world is given in various Vedic scriptures like Sri Brahma Samhita. Lord Brahma has given very nice elaborate description of Krishna Loka. Krishna Loka is completely spiritual. It has many palaces made of touchstone, and then there are many trees which are also called kalpa vrikshas or desire trees, and it produces any eatable we desire. And there are cows known as Surabhi cows. They supply unlimited milk at any point of time, which increases transcendental bliss in the devotees. And Krishna is accustomed to play on his flute. His eyes are like lotus petals, and he wears a peacock feather on his crown. And then he is accustomed to tend the Surabhi cows, and he is served by millions and millions of goddesses of fortune. In this way, a very detailed description of spiritual world and Krishna's activities in the spiritual world is given in Sri Brahma Samhita. So here Krishna is just giving a hint about his spiritual world. Further Krishna says, Purushasya parah partha bhaktya labhyastvananyaya yasyantasthani bhutani yena sarvam idam tatam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is greater than all, is obtainable by unalloyed devotion. Although he is present in his abode, he is all-pervading and everything is situated within him. So this is how Krishna is. Even though Krishna is there, situated in the spiritual abode, Goloka Vrindavana, and he has expanded himself into innumerable Narayana forms, and he is situated in innumerable Vaikuntha lokas with his loving devotees. His bodily rays is Brahma Jyoti, which is spread everywhere. And the Supreme Lord Krishna, he is having his material energy where this material world is created, and he has entered into each and every atom as Paramatma Kshirodaka Shai Vishnu. So by his own energy and by his personal presence as Paramatma, the Lord has pervaded himself everywhere. He knows what is happening in every nook and corner of his creation, be it a spiritual world or material world. He knows everything. So one can approach that Supreme Lord only by pure devotional service. And to render pure devotional service, we have to approach a pure devotee of Krishna who knows how to serve Krishna. Unless we approach a pure devotee of Krishna, we cannot know who is Krishna, we cannot serve Krishna. So this is the key. So Krishna has explained that in the 4th chapter already. Tat vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Spiritual master, he has seen the truth, he knows how to serve the Supreme Lord. So one has to approach a spiritual master very humbly, surrender to him and serve him and inquire submissively from him about the Supreme Lord. And the spiritual master, out of his mercy, out of his kindness, he will reveal everything to the sincere disciple. So this is the way of approaching the Supreme Lord and the spiritual abode, which is indestructible, which is infallible and ever existing.